Okay, friends, for this video, you are going to need your chart and your notebook, which by this time it may be taped into your notebook, and if so, that's fine. You're going to need your pencil, an orange highlighter, and your chart from your red folder. So go ahead and go get that now. And sorry, the video was all crazy at the beginning. All right, we're going to start with our chart and our highlighter. Now, for this video, we're going to be focusing on customary capacity. So with the orange highlighter, I'm going to highlight the customary capacity section because that's where our focus is going to be. So go ahead and pause and do that now. All right, you can go ahead and set that aside and then go ahead and get your chart that stays in your red folder, because what we're going to do is we are going to chart customary capacity on this chart so that we have it. Now for this one, we're just going to be focusing on these next two boxes, because you'll notice there's 4 in this one. So on this one, we're just going to write customary capacity on these next 2, because those are the ones we're going to need. Then you can put that back in your red folder. All right, then you're going to open up your notebook and turn to the next 2 clean sheets, which is 110, 111. 110, you're going to title Customary Capacity Chart, and 111, you're going to title Customary Capacity. So go ahead and pause the video and copy that down real quick. All right, so capacity is the amount something can hold, and another word for it is volume. So kind of like in science, we've talked about volume. So capacity is the amount something can hold, and it's also called volume. Go ahead and let's copy that down, and then I'll show you the different units for capacity. All right, so some of the units for capacity are teaspoon, tablespoon, which we've done both of those in science. If you think about our science lab, we've had to use teaspoons and tablespoons of different things. Then we had fluid ounces. Now, fluid means liquid, so it's like liquid ounces, not like the ounces when we use our gram cubes. That's different. This is fluid ounces because it's the volume, it's the liquid. And then we have ones that you've heard before: cup, pint, quart, and gallon. Now the abbreviations for these, for teaspoon, we have TSP. For tablespoon, we have TBSP because it's the tablespoon. For fluid ounces, it's FLOZ, so fluid ounces. Then cup is C, pint is P or PT, usually PT, but you will see it as P sometimes, so I'm just going to put that in parentheses over here. Quart is QT, but sometimes you will see it as Q also, so we're going to put that in parentheses also. And then gallon, you usually see as GAL, but once in a while, it might have it as a big G, lowercase l, but rarely. You'll mostly just see this. So make sure you have that copied down, pause, and then I'm going to tell you a story that's going to help us when we do our conversions. We're just going to add it to the bottom. We're not converting yet, but we're going to put the notes in there. All right, so here's my story. There once was a castle in the middle of Gallon Land. Here's my Gallon Land. And there's, because the castle has a king. Okay. In the land of Gallon, there lived 4 queens. And you may have seen this before, and if you have, it's fine. Just keep listening. So in the land of Gallon, there lived 4 queens. Each queen had 1 prince and 1 princess. So one prince and one princess for each queen. Each of the prince and princesses each had 2 children. I'm going to make this P a little bigger. So children, 2 children for each princess and each prince. Each child was 8 years old. All right, so let me bring that in a little. So if you look, when we go to do our conversions, we're going to talk about our gallon land having 4 quarts in a gallon, or 4 queens. Then in each quart, there's 2 pints, prince and princesses. And then there's 2 cups in each pint. So we're going to use this later, but I wanted to go ahead and write that down now. So while you're writing that down, I'm going to read the story one more time. There once was a castle in the middle of Gallon Land. In the land of Gallon, there lived 4 queens. Each queen had 1 prince and princess. Each of the prince and princesses each had 2 children. Each child was 8 years old. And the reason that they're each 8 years old is because 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. So we're going to write that out to the side. They're 8 years old. They are each 8. So go ahead and pause and make sure you have all that written down. All right, for page 110, we're going to do like we did with our customary length. We're going to turn our page sideways and we're going to put our units from smaller to larger. So go ahead and copy that down. Although we're going to use a lot of the ones that were on the other page, the 4 that we're going to focus on for now are cup, pint, quart, and gallon. So go ahead and write those in order real quick with their abbreviations. All right, so we're going to start with cup. And for cup, that's about 1 school milk carton. So one of those cartons of milk from the cafeteria, the little ones, that's about a cup. So let's write that one down, draw your picture up here, and then I'm going to show you examples of each of these tomorrow also. A pint is like one of the small containers of ice cream, like when you can get your own at the store, not one of those big gallon ones that you have to share with the rest of your family. You get the pint, which is like the little individual one. So it's the small container of ice cream. All right, for quart, that's like the carton of milk or orange juice that you get at the at the grocery store. It's those really big ones that you have in the milk and orange juice section that are probably in your refrigerator at home. All right, and then gallon is like the big old jugs of milk or tea that you can get at the store. Sometimes you can get those gallons of tea from Chick-fil-A too. So gallon is the big one, the big, huge one. All right, so make sure you have all of that copied down because we're going to be doing some stuff with it tomorrow. Have a good night.